Public Access Cruel Summer Part 5. It's been a minute, so let's recap what we are currently doing, where these characters are at, and where we're going next. So, looking at Dahlia Moore, got two conditions. The Wiggins, I actually forgot that we phrased it that way. Got the Wiggins, and her arm is in a sling. Uh, Everett Fontenot is stacked with Encumbered, the empty VCR, and Split Lip. Max Carter is weirded out, drained, and still haunted. And Sebastian Melmoth is haunted, marked by Sheriff Hanscom, and marked by Patient's Head. Um, and yeah, I'm sure that these will not have any consequences going forward. But three of our four latchkeys, we do have new latchkey moves from our first advancement. Only, 4 sessions later. Let's go through and hear what each latchkey's new move is. Dahlia, tell us what you picked.
Have you ever danced with the devil? You came to Deep Lake with a collection of tools for working black magic. Add the following to your corner of the house: candles, grimoire, small brazier, a theme, and a
Small
puppet.
brazier, not a brazier.
Brazier.
A
Sorry,
brazier,
whatever.
a very tiny bra that she has with her.
Oh.
No.
Golden and on fire.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. What did Everett take?
I was going to take a move, but I think I'm actually gonna pick my custom
Oh,
move
you're
for
gonna
my
define a
first
custom
one.
move. All right. Well, do you have an idea for that, or are you just gonna stew on it?
I have a vague idea for it. It's gonna be called "Money Changes Everything," which
Okay,
is
incredible. I
a
can't
song.
wait to hear more about it. All right, then what did Max take?
Uh, they think he's a righteous dude. Something about you causes the motorheads, dweebs, and wastoids of Deep Lake to trust you. What is it? Uh, grew up there. He is the one that he grew up right alongside them. Uh, Poor kind of a kid. And so once per session, when I do a meddling move in a place occupied by losers and social outcasts, I get an additional clue even on a miss.
It's pretty rad. And also directly informs mysteries I'm going to introduce in the future too, so that there will be more wastoids, motorheads, and dweebs.
Hell yeah.
Incredible. But Sebastian, very close to an advancement, so no new move yet. Let's talk about our active mysteries. We have three at the moment, which is Slumber Party Summoning Circle, The Whisper, and the newly revealed Dog Told Me To. The The situation with Slumber Party is actually coming to a head. I know that we had answered the first question. You guys got it wrong. You thought it was a demon. It was actually a ghost. And so we had a dramatic cutaway with Linnea possessed by some sorrowful spirit escaping the clinic her dad had put her in. So she's back to wandering the streets again, and time is probably running out there. But you do have 6 clues for that one. And in this version of public access, you can resolve mysteries during the day phase, not just the night phase. So I have a feeling that we're probably going to be resolving that today. So we'll see where that goes. The Whisper, you've kind of just begun to dip a toe into the whole, like, cul-de-sac in Playa Morado, Mahogany, not Mahogany, no, it's Mahogany Lane. Yeah. I was like, I wrote this one. What did I name these things? Yeah. Um, you only have a clue for that one though, and I think it's only really been Max who started to like poke around the actual physical locale, befriended a small, tween, Sid Trong, um, and you left a note for Ed Urigelski. Although I don't think I mentioned this because it's been a week, but like you did leave a note for Ed, and I think in this upcoming day phase, Ed will have gotten back to you to like meet. He like wants to talk. So like
Mhm.
Ed is, he's set aside
We
time.
texting. I've been
Texting,
texting
yeah.
you this.
Yeah, we texting. And Dog told me to. No developments on that one, no clues found. You have certainly interacted with a couple of vectors of it so far. Astute. My astute players might remember that I had a location from this place appear, I think, in our very first session, but I don't think you visited it again since. The Big Sun convenience store that is mentioned as being burned down in the intro to this mystery is the Big Sun convenience store you guys have been to a couple times. So
Oh.
that place got burned down. So that is now a thing to do. Um, but also you have all of your special keys for all of these mysteries still available as well. So got some good runway there. Now, before we proceed further, a couple things we need to resolve now. You guys did watch your second Odyssey tape last night. Blam '03. Everybody blam. It was horrifying. and we get to now define a Odyssey clue that comes with it. Something on Blam hints at the nature of what happened to TV Odyssey. We sort of reviewed the tape a bit because we took some notes off recording, so it's fresh in our minds. But does anyone have an idea for what the Odyssey clue from Blam might be?
Hmm. I really do think that like if it was like had something to do with that bloated mass, uh maybe there was like some indication of I'm not sure really.
Mm,
Do we have a clue from the first one?
Oh yeah, the first one was that it was filmed in the basement of the house you live in.
Yeah.
Happy Jack was filmed in the 26 Rodent Picker basement.
Did we write it down? Am I
Yeah,
just
I did.
opening
It's I have them on our character keeper as hover over notes on the TV Odyssey tapes watched list.
Oh, I see.
Hmm.
Filmed in the basement. This one. Hmm.
What were they using that black liquid for?
they were drinking it.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
yeah, just drinking that black liquid, and I think it was like, right, it was distorted blammer was the source of that black liquid.
yeah, that was nasty.
That was fucking disgusting, actually. Yes. Thank you for that, Eric.
You're welcome. Happy to provide.
Mhm.
Um,
Maybe there's some off-brand soda like logo that was in the background of the video, and it's actually that liquid that's in that soda, and you can only find that in this local area.
Oh, like there is like a like a discontinued like soda.
Yeah, like Blammo soda.
Maybe it could be like the secret ingredient to that off-brand new
I'm thinking of
Coke,
like
whatever.
Futurama and Slurm.
Oh my God,
Oh my
yes,
God, I love
Slurm.
that episode.
That's literally like I'm sorry, like with this whole nasty thing, I'm like, this is just a fucked up episode of Futurama. Like that's where my brain was kind of going.
Wait, so like this
We've
implies
got
that
a
in the
friendly
tape,
warning
like
for
after
you.
that fucking like tape before it ends, it like cuts away to commercials, like Blam is brought to you by Blammo. You know, it's like fucking
Dr.
soda
Blam.
ad.
Yeah, with brand new flavors.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's fucking hilarious, actually. That's an idea. Is that the one we want to roll with, or do we have a different spin on it?
I like this idea.
Yeah, Tamara, Eric, any thoughts?
I don't hate it.
I'm a fan.
You a fan? You fan of Blam? What is the name of it? We're calling Blammo? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
Blammo the soda.
Yeah, okay,
Slam.
cool. Uh,
Blammo
okay.
pop.
So yeah, I'll just make a note then that something on that tape, the something was the appearance
Can
of
it be in
the
the font of Crush? You guys remember that?
naturally, of course.
Yes.
Here, I'll insert a note then. So, okay, or insert a comment. Um, yeah. So that it's so we're saying so that like the black liquid was seen being deposited into like a discontinued local soda in the background.
Hmm.
Okay. Incredible. What the fuck is happening in this town?
I don't know.
Nothing
It's
good.
awful though.
It's everything sucks in Degoya County. All right, let's see. All right, yeah. Uh, the black liquid was seen being deposited into a local, now discontinued soda. Horrifying.
Awful. Wonderful. We love it.
I think we do love it. I'm hesitant to say, but I think we do love it.
If
Love is a
it's
strong word.
Okay. Well, how fun. All right. Well, then I think with that, we are about ready to move forward into our day phase. Go ahead and mark your new
Actually,
elective. Oh,
if memory serves, I owe you guys a mask.
You
oh, you,
do.
that's right. You did turn a key last session, didn't you?
Yeah, I keep calling it a mask.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Which key did you turn again?
My parents are imperfect.
Ah, yes.
Oh, right.
That is right. You do owe us that key. Yes, please narrate it for us if you'd be so kind.
Okay, 1994, age 12. For the longest time, I didn't know what it meant when Mom said she was going to the movies with her personal trainer. She made it sound so normal, like something everyone does. And Dad wasn't bothered by it either. He was usually asleep in his armchair by the time she left. Head back, mouth open, snoring like a chainsaw while TV blared in front of him, empty beer cans scattered around him. Oscar and I weren't latchkey kids anymore by then, but with Mom gone and Dad zoned out, we pretty much had the run of the place. After a while, though, the cracks began to form, and the mask was harder to maintain. Soon, Mom didn't even wait for Dad to be asleep to leave. She didn't even say anything, just headed out the door. And there Dad would be, the TV screen reflected in his glasses, never once tearing his eyes away, never saying a word, even when we tried to talk to him. Eventually, we learned to keep our distance. Finally, I guess he couldn't take it anymore. First, it was sharp words thrown across the room, then shouts, then crushed beer cans, ending with a door slammed. And Oscar and I got to see it all through the bars at the top of the stairs. When I looked at him, I saw my own face reflected back at me, and I did not like the way it looked. These were our progenitors.
Very nice. Thank you. All right. We now enter the day phase. Let's go around and hear what everybody is interested in tackling today. What scenes we should tee up. Let's go again in character keeper order. Dahlia, do you have any thoughts?
I simply must tackle this sleepover business. I'm worried about Linnea.
What do you want to do?
Um, well, we know that it's not a demon. We know it's a ghost.
No, it's a
And we
ghost.
have to free the spirit. So,
Yeah, you're trying to figure out what that spirit wants.
yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I have a theory that it's her mom, her dead
Oh,
mom.
do you want to just go ahead and try answering the question then? Is that what you're thinking? Like,
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can answer the question.
Loki.
because you got 6 clues on a complexity 4.
Yeah, I want to answer the question.
Okay, cool.
I want to
We
solve
will
this.
get to that momentarily then. We'll talk about it here. I want to get the idea of what everyone else is up to. That might, I suppose that will influence a lot of things. But I
I
want to get
forgot we
the,
could do it during the
yeah,
day, and
yeah,
you
you can
so
do
helpfully
whenever.
reminded me.
Yeah, you can do it. I want to get the general contours of what other things people are interested in doing too. So like, what about Everett?
I would love a nostalgia move. And I have an idea for how I want to tee it up. So it'll be at least with Max, and then if other people want to join in. That's
Cool,
cool.
cool, cool. What about Max? What is Max interested in possibly doing today?
Yeah, I was actually going to suggest something similar.
Hmm.
I'll see what Everett was thinking of doing, but yeah, nostalgic move, and then I was going to also uh try and go to uh like a record store or
Hmm.
somewhere and like start looking up some information on the Whisper.
Yeah, there is an audio store in like an audio like music store in Deep Lake. It's a small little place, but it's called Audiophile. Like
Oh yeah.
File, but audiophile. Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
that's what I'd want to do.
All right, cool. And what about Sebastian?
I think Sebastian will help Dahlia take care of this slumber party summoning circle business.
Hell yeah.
And following
Yeah.
that, um, yeah, there's plenty to do. He'll probably then move on to help Max out with the Whisper.
Oh,
But
fun. Okay. Yeah, you guys could go maybe chat with Edward Gelsky or something. Maybe he's wanting to meet tonight after his shift or something. Since he wants
and
to
I
meet.
think Sebastian would also like to do a nostalgic move because he's got some dawn
Got
questions to
some,
take care of.
yeah, we got some questions. I think we got some questions to take care of, and we also have some conditions on the table. So I think I think this sounds like a good idea.
For the
Uh,
record, I'm not opposed to like a group nostalgia situation before carrying on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know I was like, I'll go do this thing, but if it's best for,
Sounds
I
like
don't know how
everyone
you
wants
want
some
to tee it
conditions
up.
cleared, so we can always
Yeah.
you can do if you
Wonderful.
want to do like an all hands on deck nostalgic scene, you certainly can. Do we want to do that scene before answering the question, or do you want to do it after?
Let's answer the question first.
Let's answer the question first. I'm into it. Let's take a look here. So, because you guys were previously wrong, that it is not a demon. It is a sorrowful ghost. You're now trying to discern what the spirit wants, so you can help the spirit find peace, thereby allowing it to return to the spirit world. Complexity 4. You have 6 clues available. The clues are that Linnea did not want to play the board game at first because she's actually been warned of like La Llorona. You're pretty sure it's nothing to do with La Llorona, the actual Mexican folklore deity entity, but rather just this. I think that superstition is what the clue points at. The creator of the crying game, Hieronymus Whately, was an expert in astral projection. The carving on the grounds of the church, DR plus RM forever. The shape of a stone circle in a book on Mexican folklore roughly matches the shape on the crying game board. Right, there's like some standing stones out here in the desert that like some like archaeological book took a picture of, and Dahlia recognized. Oh wait, those match some of the symbols on the board. Um, and while Dahlia was researching the Rodenbecker clan, she felt like a ghostly touch caressing her form. And then also when Sebastian was poking around the Rodenbecker ranch, found like just decades old collections of love letters, not things like from like necessarily recent, but like old, like just bundles and bundles of love letters that this weird guy Daryl had been holding in a stash or something like that. Um, Dahlia, you said you had a theory you were kind of like sitting on top of. Do you want to kick us off?
Yes. So I know earlier I said I thought it was her mom. I lied to you. That was not my theory. I got mixed up. The theory is I don't think it's her mom. I think the DR plus RM is like Daryl Rodenbecker's old lover who her mom actually displaced and like would go on. So what she wants is what she's always thought should be hers, his children and him. So we have to break like the tie to them. So like the my point here is like Linnea didn't want to play it first because she's warned of La Llorona. La Llorona is typically like a woman in white who is crying out for her like dead children, a ghostly spirit. The DR plus RM, I think RM could be the ghostly spirit, and the like old mistress like would be the La Llorona character crying out for the children she always wanted to be hers. The ghostly touch, that tracks, still her ghost. Um Decades old collection of love letters to this lady
Uh,
before he was
yeah.
ever married to the mom. And then I'm still kind of trying to figure out how the other two fit in. But let me know if you hate it, love it, want
No,
to
I
work.
like it. I think that
It's a great start.
I
Yeah.
think Hieronymus Whately being the creator of the crying game, also being an expert in astral projection, I think by playing the crying game, some part of you like leaves.
Opens up the passageway.
Yeah, and lets something slip in.
And it lines up with the fact that some of the shapes in the crying board game line up with Mexican folklore. So it's like this weird blend between maybe he didn't even mean to, maybe he just appropriated it and just was like, oh, that'll be cool. Threw it in and like, but because of that blur, it
But because he
actually
wasn't
brought in
ultra specific, because our specific girl was the one that did it, like it
Mhm.
opened the passageway for this specific ghost who would has like this specific vengeance.
Yeah.
Like almost like a very unfortunate
Throw an
coincidence.
idea in there, by the way, just because I like where you're going with this. The whole like I think that you can even like strengthen the astral projection like thing a little bit more because it's the whole thing with like astral projection is like, oh, my spirit projects into the astral realm, and like, well, like that maybe is that why Linnea has been catatonic the whole time, because Linnea is currently not at home. Linnea's
Exactly.
soul,
She's lost.
she's lost, she's outside her form, and so like this other thing slipped in, so
And
it's
the
like,
spirit wants her because it's like
oh, and it's wandering looking for her,
it thinks
but
Mhm.
it wants what it is always thought should be is, which is Daryl Rodenbecker's children, and that is Linnea, and her soul is lost, and maybe it's
is
like taken over it.
is Linnea uh only like like the half child, right? Well, because like Linnea has a twin sister. We haven't met her. Zeke has mentioned her a couple times. We haven't met her. She's weird. But like, she's around. But like, they are twins. Is the implication here that like that Daryl Rodenbecker had Linnea and her twin sister like with this original woman?
Did he lie to the wife and was like, hear me out. The wife had the other twin on the same day as the mistress had
Oh, they're not
Linnea.
actually twins.
And so, but then she
Ooh.
died. So Daryl like paid off the hospital to convince his wife that she
Rodenbecker
had
money.
twins. And they're not really twins. I mean, they
He had
are,
his
but
he had his side piece and his wife.
and so
Mhm.
she's been raising the side piece's kid as her own,
Oh,
and now she's
dude.
come back for her.
This is some soap opera shit. I love it.
Days of our lives.
So like if that's the case, then does the ghost only want Linnea? Or
I
does it
think
want
so,
Daryl
and
as
we have to
well?
break the connection between them in order to save her.
I
We have
kind of
to
love
break
that.
the astral bridge that's been formed via the game in order to save her.
I fucking love that. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm so into that. That fucking rules. It's a great theory. Um,
Plus
I
two.
let's do it. I mean, Dahlia, you led the charge there. Roll the 2d6 plus 2.
Oh
You got it.
no! At
I
least
believe. Plus two,
scared.
girly. Get those box cars.
Oh my God, was it?
It's
Is it good or
not
bad?
good. It's a 2d6 plus 2, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
6 total. But hear me
Okay.
out. There's a very convenient little mask we can
There is a
mark.
key.
A
Yeah,
little
I was
key
saying,
we can
we do
turn.
have the key of sadness that you can turn to bump it up. To 7 to 9. Or your answer is incorrect and things are gonna get worse.
I mean, the mask is right there. I'm okay with bumping it up if you guys are.
Yeah, of course. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. We'll mark the key of sadness. Each latch key narrates a flashback to a time when they experienced great sorrow, either their own or someone else's. What about that experience made you a stronger person? You know what I want to do? I want to get. Here's what I want to do. I want to take a short break here. I want you all to think about this answer, and then I want these keys to come up also at the end of the nostalgic scene we're gonna do because it's all of us present, right? So we can have a
Yeah.
nostalgic scene, and everyone gets their key of sadness that adds on top of it. So let's do that because that sounds
Lovely.
amazing. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So Everett, you were the one who I think initially proposed doing a nostalgia move. And it seems like everyone's hopping on top of that. So did you have an idea for the setting?
Yes, I do. I think we have like a little breakfast bar kind of deal in our kitchen. I'm sitting on one side. I'm like leaning on one side. Max is sitting across from me. I'm writing on a little piece of paper. I fold it up. It's one of those intricate folds where you kind of like tuck a square into itself. And then I like slide it across the table to Max.
I grab the piece of paper and I look at him and I go, passing notes in class, and I'll pop it open and what does it say?
Will you change my tire? Check yes or no.
uh
Everett's like resting his head on his hands, blinking innocently.
uh yeah, Max would pick out a little piece, like take the pen and just like scribble on it, hand it back to you, and when you open it up it says maybe with a big circle around it.
Great. Let's go. Come on. Someone stabbed my tire last night.
With what?
A butcher
How?
knife.
Butcher knives? Do you have a serial killer after you or something?
It feels like it. He was in a creepy ass pig mascot costume.
What the fuck?
I kept the knife.
Yeah, definitely keep yourself safe if you got people chasing after you with a knife there ever. Uh Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's go get your tire changed, man. I have no problem helping with that.
I like to think the scene cuts to like the driveway. You were changing the tire. Everett pulled out like a lounge chair. Was walking out with like a pitcher of lemonade. Sebastian and Dahlia, you can describe how you're there too.
Or just watching you change the tire is objectively hilarious. I'm actually really in. I'll be out there like posted up in like one of those folding plastic chairs.
Little launch. Is everyone just gonna be out here watching me change a tire?
Yeah.
That was my thought. Yeah.
I love that.
Dahlia's out there like full like black velvet dress, sunglasses on, holding a joint, sitting in one of those like laid back plastic chairs, like watching you. I had no idea you're so like practical, Max.
Well, yeah, when you grow up with not a lot of money, you gotta learn how to fix stuff yourself.
You're like a car guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm probably gonna try and use this time to maybe like do a little work on Calypso after changing your tire.
I knew this about you, and I knew you would change my tire for me. I hoped you would. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. It's just a quick little thing, jacking it up and then getting bolts taken off. Uh, it's a whole tire change too. So I mean, I would be going about it and just be like, do you ever really dirty your hands or anything like that, Everett?
I literally stabbed a guy with a knife last night, or slashed at him.
Don't forget the Rolex black knuckles, I call hopefully from the side.
I think about this time Sebastian will come out the door because there's nothing good on TV and sees what's going on.
Nothing good on TV. We've got our own show out here. Come on. We have another chair, I think, Sebastian.
Dahlia pats the empty fold out chair next to her.
And Sebastian will sit down. He's got one of his many choose your own adventure books.
Hell yeah.
And he's just thumbing through it.
Yeah, I think like since everyone is going to be here like watching me work, and I think like it does kind of turn into like Max is just doing some car work, and I have like a radio out here, like a little boom box, and I put in like a couple of like a cassette, start playing some music, some old school kind of like weird rock. For those who might know, it's King Crimson is beginning to play as I'm doing some car work.
Dahlia leans over to Everett, whispers, "Truth or dare?"
Truth.
Are you or are you not attracted to Max changing a tire right now?
It's a good show. That's why I brought out the chairs.
It is a good show.
Did you bring out some dollar bills as well?
Bastian,
No, but that's a good
same
idea.
question. Oh wait, Bastian, truth or dare?
Always feels like a double-edged sword, this game. Fuck it. Dare.
Max looks overheated. I dare you to spray him with the hose.
Hold my book. Just casually saunters around to the side of the house where there's probably some kind of a garden hose situation on there. Turns on the thing, checks the nozzle, and he comes up behind Max from an angle where he's sure he won't be seen.
It's like right over the hood of the car.
Hey, you need a hand there?
Huh? Yeah. What's up? I just get fucking sprayed, and
I'm
I would
sorry.
I'd probably just chuck the tire down and start chasing you around a little bit.
Gonna spray back in your face to kind of deter you a bit before I turn and run.
I just end up grabbing it, trying to chase you down, spray you back, and then after a point, I think I'd just be like, what the fuck ever, and just like actually hose myself down and then get back to work.
I raced around the entire house, not even looking back. So by the time I get back around,
doesn't realize
back.
he's not chasing you.
Seriously.
I think that's a great place to end that scene. Incredible. All right, let's talk about condition clearing, everyone. I remember, because of Everett's presence here, you'll get the additional benefits there that you can either clear a second condition or take the condition feeling good, which can be cleared anytime for advantage. Dahlia, are you clearing both the Wiggins in the arm and the sling, or what are you doing here?
I can clear both.
Well, because of
Is it
Everett's
me?
presence, or you can take feeling good again for the
Oh no, I'm gonna clear both.
blank slate.
Set it back to neutral.
Yeah, maybe we see like stretching your arm out because it's
It's been a while. It's been a couple
yeah,
days.
been a couple days. Just a dislocation after all, wasn't too bad.
I notice I'm like clapping and I notice my arm doesn't hurt anymore. And I'm like, delightful.
Ah,
Very
yay.
lovely.
The miracles of modern medicine. Uh, Everett, which condition do you want to clear?
Split lip. I think
Yeah, that makes sense.
similarly, yeah. Hey, your arm's feeling better. So is my lip.
Scabbed over. What about Max?
I think this is. I'm no longer weirded out. Hanging out with friends kind of centers me again.
Yeah. You
And
gonna clear a second one?
yeah, I think I will. I kind of want to keep haunted, so I'm going to
Keep
keep that.
haunted.
I'm going to be no longer drained.
Cool. Love that. And Sebastian, what are you gonna do?
I think haunted is most relevant to this. I'm marched by two other people that are not here at the moment.
So you can either clear a second condition, or you can take the third condition, feeling good, which can be cleared at any time to take advantage on a roll.
Hmm.
It's the emphasis is like you can do this. You don't have to do this. So that's an option.
I think if I can clear two, I will also clear marked by Hanscom.
Okay.
Maybe he drives by.
Yeah, I think he drives
Sees us
by.
like
I love that he drives by with like, and he's like just passing by. On his radio. He says, "Water shortage" is all he says over the radio as you guys are spraying each other with the hose. And then he just keeps driving. Probably gives you like a little two-finger salute. He flips
Ops.
him off. Yeah, pig.
Do you have
Hell
a
yeah.
fucking warrant?
Do you just yell at him? Do you have a fucking warrant?
You have a fucking warrant?
Just drives off shrugging. Incredible. And what is the clue we're going to stumble on for one of our active mysteries, gang?
Hmm.
great question. I always forget we get a clue out of this.
Um, maybe it's a flyer that kind of comes up after Hanscom drives by, like a little dust of wind behind his vehicle, and then a flyer for the convenience store, or like maybe for like the old what was his name? The dog.
Officer Barker.
Yeah, Officer Barker, like an old like ad for that kind of pops up.
20 fucking years out of date. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
been whipped around in the desert.
Like
Who
an
knows?
old, like, Officer Barker, like, illustration page, like, just blows out of the desert
Maybe it's like a actual old like coloring book page.
of Officer
Like
Barker.
yeah, like they would hand out to kids, and so it's like it was a full book, but just one page over
So, like,
years, just kind
the
of.
page of an Officer Barker coloring book just blows in from the deep desert. That's an ominous fucking clue.
I love it.
I
I love the
I am kind of
ominous.
obsessed with that. What do we think, guys?
I like
like
it. What
it.
if
All right.
it's what if
What
it's
if it's
already
just
colored in?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It's
already
got
colored.
like red around his mouth or something.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Let him
Send it.
Also, what does it depict? Like a picture of Officer Barker maybe doing something or about to do something violent.
He's got an axe and he's heading towards like a house, and you see kids are like out of the windows and it's all on fire.
Well, I like that a lot.
Oh, wait, I got another idea. What if it's Officer Barker looking at us? There's a building on fire in the background, and it looks just like that meme of the
Little
No.
girl.
little girl smiling at the fire.
Oh,
It's
like he
like
did it.
it's like a only you can prevent like house fires kind of thing, but it's like there's something sinister about it because you're just staring at the viewer while a house is burning in the background.
Gas can next to him.
Yeah. You know what? Love it. Send it. Add it to the list. Incredible. All right. So, and now let's all do the key of sadness. Each latch key narrates a flashback to a time when they experienced great sorrow, either their own or someone else's. What about that experience made you a stronger person?
I can go first. August 12th, 1993. It was a cloudy but not rainy day. I'm wearing all black and holding mom's hand, trying to stay strong for us. Addiction grappled my father like a python crushing a struggling prey. Dad just couldn't escape its grip. I wish it was raining, so people thought I cried at his funeral. But everyone saw me there, dry eyed and stone faced. Some said it was shock. Some said it was a coping mechanism. I just miss the way that we would listen to music together. I hold on to those better memories. I remember him that way before he was caught up in it all. I became a stronger person for mom, a stronger person for myself. And whenever I think of him, I play King Crimson.
I'll go next. Sorry, I wrote a little bit for this one. My grandma died when I was 10. I remember it well, or, I mean, I remember the last time I saw her before the funeral. My dad had brought me to see her in the hospital. She wasn't doing well. She hadn't been doing well for a long time. I'll never forget the sight of her in that hospital bed. She was nothing like what I remembered, just skin and bone, really. The skin hanging loosely off of her thin, twiggy arms. She was sunk into the bed with a gaunt face, stringy white hair arrayed around her head like a halo. Dad didn't take it well. He was tight lipped, brow furrowed like he didn't know how to feel. He had tried talking to her, but the only response he got was the beeping of all the machines hooked up to her. He didn't cry at her funeral, but he cried then. And it's the only time I've ever seen him cry. Just a glimpse of tears, and then he stomped out of the room because he couldn't process seeing his own mother like that. It just left me alone with her in the room. I didn't really know how to feel either. I was just a kid. I was sad, I guess, but also a little scared of the shriveled woman at the same time. Still, took a step closer just to see her. But when I got close, her hand shot out, gripped my wrist stronger than I thought it would be. Her eyes focused on me with a burning intensity that hadn't been there just seconds ago. And I tried so hard to pull my arm away, but she just wouldn't let go. She came closer, her breath smelling like death as she leaned in and whispered one thing in my ear. This will be you one day. I started screaming and crying. She let me go, laid back down like nothing had happened. Dad came back in and must have assumed I was just sad or something. I didn't tell him about the bruises on my wrist. I guess I'm a little numb to death now. Doesn't bother me like it bothers some people.
Mm, no. For someone so obsessed with death and murder and generally depressing things, you'd think I'd have been more prepared to be a witness to a crime. As it was, I wasn't necessarily surprised when my own mother passed, so much as shock straight to numbness. A robbery gone wrong, they said. Some poor addict looking for cash for a quick score caught my mother coming home late at night. I was asleep on the couch, fingers sticky with ice cream and dreams full of zombies, and we didn't exactly have extra cash laying around. So why my mother led him to the basement, I'll really never understand. Police said it was a gunshot. whatever happened down there didn't go to his satisfaction, and they don't know how I slept through it. Truth is, I didn't. It woke me up. And as I sat bolt upright on the couch and he ran up from the basement and stopped and locked eyes with me, he looked scared. I'll never forget that look of panic. And then my head started to buzz, and I saw him no longer in my living room, but running down the street, jumping hedges, fleeing in panic, out into the street, and crushed by a large SUV as white lights whited out everything around us until he was back in my living room. And he stared at me for a split second longer before running out. I didn't stop him. I didn't tell the police what I'd saw. I simply said I slept through it. Justice was justice as far as I was concerned. I still don't know why my mother took him down to the basement. The stars couldn't see her in the basement. But when I read the headline about his death, I knew they were somehow still watching over her.
Okay, full disclosure, I am not ready with anything here. Is it okay if I do this mask later in the
Yeah, it's fine.
session?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Thanks.
Fine by me. Yeah, no worries. So, taking a moment here to review what everyone wants to do. I know that Dahlia wants to go deal with Slumber Party, and Sebastian wanted to help with that. I have a segue into that prepared, which I'll get to in a moment. Everett, you still wanted to go to the convenience store, and Max was going to the audio like record shop to do more whisper research.
Yeah, I was gonna see if anyone there's either heard of anything like that because it's affected me in the past, and so someone else might have heard of it, might see some old faces, and also that was the record store was also like part of my nostalgic move. I was gonna uh see if anyone wanted to go with, but since we already did it, that was the
Indeed.
original reason.
Love it. Cool. We'll get to that. And Everett, you still want to go to Big Sun?
Yep, or what remains of it.
Yeah. Funny enough, since we already had Sheriff Hanscom appear in the previous scene, um, I think after like a little bit has elapsed, you guys were doing whatever you're doing. Sebastian and Dahlia, you're the only two home still at 26 Rodenbecker when actually like the sheriff's cruiser parks out front of the house. Maybe you don't see this, but Hanscom actually comes like, just like raps very hastily on the door. Um, and when one of you answers, he just very quickly says, "You need to come with me right now. You're not under arrest, but you need to come with me right now." Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see.
Like, what's going on?
It's Linnea. You need to come with me right now.
Shit. Okay, let me grab my bag.
Where are the others?
I don't know, like busy, I guess.
Fuck. Okay,
with-
whoever's here, you got to come with me. All right. You can follow me. You can ride in the cruiser. I don't care. I shouldn't be doing this, but you got to come with me.
Yeah, give me like 1 second. Run upstairs and shove a bunch of shit in my bag and then come back down.
And yeah, while you're getting shit ready, he's already walking back out to the cruiser. And so like it's just you and Sebastian in the household, and there's all this buzz of there's a like a seriousness, that kind of like sobering tone of like he is not fucking around. He's like Bill Hanscom is telling you that there's like basically something dire happening.
I open the door as I run upstairs, like to the
Mm.
basement, and I'm like, Sebastian! I like run
What?
upstairs, shove a bunch of stuff in my bag, fly back down. Linnea, come on, let's go.
Okay, Sebastian just yeah, throws some shit together, just gets together, whatever it is he carries on him, and heads on out, drags a comb through his hair.
Hanscom probably gives you like a second look, Sebastian, a moment of just like appraising you, like, but then he ultimately relents. Like he's just like, whatever beef was maybe fomenting back there, it seems to be quashed in light of more strange and serious situations. Um, and are you hopping in a car following Hanscom, or are you just hopping in the cruiser?
I don't have a car. Are you driving or are we going in the cruiser?
I
Bastian.
can drive us.
Okay,
Okay.
you'll follow him. You guys take
I'd rather
off.
not ride in a cop car unless I absolutely have to.
Thank God. Like I totally would have, but it really gives me the creeps being out back there.
And you drive off. Everett, you pull up outside the Big Sun convenience store, or rather, what's left of it. The brick exterior is now blackened. The mural of the smiling sun scorched, half of it just lost into the flames. There are ribbons of caution tape that drift now across the parking lot. Um, and this place has been like a staple of Deep Lake from like the 60s onward until now. But let's paint the scene, everyone. Big Sun used to host an annual Independence Day potluck in their parking lot. As a kid, did you feel like part of the community during those gatherings, or did it emphasize the otherness you felt growing up in Deep Lake?
I would definitely say for Max, it gave me that sense of otherness. While everyone else was eating burgers and hot dogs, I feel like Max was kind of off in a corner, just having like headphones in, listening to music rather than like hearing the explosions of the fireworks.
I think Everett also felt very other in that space. His dad would always buy something ridiculously expensive to bring to the potluck, some elaborate cheese board. Um, and then would go off to like talk business with the other adults, while the other kids kind of clamored around Everett in a way that was clear it was just because he was a rich kid.
I think as a little kid, Sebastian would have felt like any one of the other kids there, just enjoying the festivities, eating hot dogs, throwing water balloons at each other, playing with other kids, games of tag or whatever. But then as he got older and things changed, and he had more bullies than friends, he became less and less, he felt less and less welcome there to the point that his parents had to force him to go there.
I think Dahlia oddly felt like more of a part of the community. She didn't get to go a lot because her mom worked nights and there was rarely a year when she was off for it. But when she was, they would go and they would take a big gallon of strawberry ice cream with chocolate syrup to leave on the dessert table. And she would get to go around with her mom and really feel like she was part of the community for once.
So as you are pulling up, most of the like activity around this place is like long since ceased. Like the place is like the caution tape has mostly been cut, so it just streams around here. Obviously there are no cars in the parking lot as you pull up, but there is like a younger man, roughly around the same age as you, maybe a little bit older, who is like poking around the inside of like the burnt out convenience store. Um, and is just like has comically like a broom and a dustpan and just occasionally like sifting just ashen, rubble into the mix. Um and it is like kind of like it's not like fully collapsing on itself from the fire, but like it's like it's a burnt out husk, so like the
Right.
inside's fucking trash. He's like still sleeping out like broken glass. It's actually funny because he stands out in contrast to the whole scene because he's wearing like Air Jordans that have been dirtied by all the ash and debris. Sweat is now beating his brow and down onto his neck. He has an airbrushed t-shirt that just says Reynolds Y2K Family Reunion. He looks exhausted and fucking pissed, but he's the only person here at the convenience store when you drive up. What do you do?
I kind of come up to like the door where the door used to be, I guess. Kind of like knock on the brick with like a smile and go, "Hey, how's it going?"
He sighs and looks over. You probably recognize him a little bit, because he does. You've seen him work here, but you mostly come here at night when like there's like the similarly aged guy who works here at night. You don't quite remember his name. Apparently though, according to the introduction of this mystery, he's the one who works at night is the one who set the fucking store on fire. And this must be the guy who does it by day. He just goes, ah, hey, yeah, sorry, can I help you?
Oh, I'm just kind of poking around. I heard what happened at the place. It's a real shame, honestly.
Hey, thanks. No, I apologize for the inconvenience. This is yeah, it's a mess.
It's more of an inconvenience store now, huh?
He looks at you with a withering stare, but the thinning veneer of courtesy holds back the floodwater of vitriolic hatred he feels for you in that moment. But he swallows that down, and he just like, kind of like scratches at his face idly to look away to do anything other than blow up on you, a paying customer. And he goes, right. So, um,
Hey, look, man, need some help? I've got some time today. I mean,
I, no,
looks like a
I
lot of
couldn't.
work.
No, I couldn't possibly ask you to do that. That's, I mean, plus there's glass around and it's dangerous. I mean, it's my responsibility, really. No, 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 it's appreciated.
No, no, it's fine. I'm here to help. Put me to
Yeah.
work, boss. Rolls up his sleeves.
Huh. You won't set the place on fire like my other employee, will you?
I wasn't planning on it. I don't think it
Thanks.
would do much anyway.
Yeah, he just like passes you the broom. And he says, another in the back. Not much to do other than just like sweep up, but it's something to do. I'd offer you a cold drink, but uh, he's like wiping this way. He's like, what, gestures to the destroyed fridges in the back of the store.
Right, right. So he starts sweeping up, just trying to keep him talking to, just like, so the other employee did this?
Yeah, yeah, Kyle. I don't know what to fucking make of that. I mean,
Was he
like,
acting like weird or something?
well,
Like before
Kyle's a
this?
weirdo, but like, Shaggy from Scooby Doo weird. We weren't close, but we were cool, you know?
Yeah.
Never in a million fucking years did I think he'd pull some shit like this, though. He like looks at you and he says, you can see that crack of the veneer. And he says, he knew what the store meant to me and my dad. He better be glad he's in jail right now, otherwise I would be.
What does the store mean to you and your dad?
It's my dad's place, you know?
Ah,
Worked here ever since high school, and my dad's owned this place since like, the 60s. Um, and just now he's just like gesturing. He doesn't finish the sentence. He just gestures at the burnt out, wreck, and that says all that the future is very uncertain for him. He says, I'm sorry. I know I've seen you around, but I don't remember your name.
oh, Everett Fontenot.
Everett, Verdell Reynolds Jr. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Glad I could do some help here.
And he starts sweeping. Yeah, let's cut away from you for now. Come back to the scene in a bit. Max, you make your way to the local small like music record CD shop here in Deep Lake, Audio Dash File FILE. Um, it's basically a place that's kind of been left untouched since the 70s in terms of its aesthetic, the smoke smell in the carpet, the kind of like yellow shag. It has that like Formica false wood, like countertops. Truly, this feels like a retro 70s, like a record shop. But there's like that veneer of grime that just like this place has been old, not really necessarily well cared for. The dust at this point is like worn into the glass a little bit. It's just tended by some just fucking teenager out for the summer in a like like little like orange vest with a little vinyl like record pin that says like it's like hi my name is and then just scrawled in hand, they're a little slunched over at the counter just flipping through like a magazine so you don't see what their name is, but just literally there's a couple of people maybe milling in here as like the AC just like sputters and whirs. What are you doing?
Definitely go up and down the aisles a little bit. Thumb through, see if I see anything. Guess I see if like there's anything fun in the jazz section for a second, and then eventually find my way up towards the counter and try to get the attention of the dude behind the counter.
It takes you a couple of tries, but eventually the like mop-headed teenager with the pizza, face acne, kind of like glances up at you with like dead eyes and just goes, "Yeah."
What's up, man? Uh, just looking around here. Got anything like typo negative? You got any like Nirvana?
Um, yeah, and just like points to like some other corner of the shop.
Yeah, I'll look into that direction, like where he points, and then I'll go. Also, the grow account is a weird fucking place, man. Uh, have you heard anything about this whisper thing? I used to grow up around here and wonder if that rumor's still going around.
Give me the middling move with your presence. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to give you disadvantage from Haunted right now.
Cool. Flat rolled it. That is a 2 and a 4. That is a 6.
A 6, that is a miss. He just kind of like slow blinks at you with just like a vacant, dead-eyed expression. Um, and all you hear is just like, the slight like ambient hum of the AC as he looks back at you. And then and then there's something else, just like a little hum in your drum, a faint ring, like a sense of tinnitus and like a sense of vertigo. Like the ground feels unsteady beneath your feet for a moment. That ringing gets a bit louder. Like there's faint disturbance in your auditory processing. It's not it's not earth shattering, but it's just like
And
present enough that it's unsettling. And just this teenager is just staring at you blankly. But the tinnitus keeps getting worse now, and it's getting like louder and louder. Unless you
I'll
mark a
just
mask or turn a key.
um
I'm gonna segue into a day move.
what happens if I just keep the fail?
As that
Nothing.
this tinnitus thing gets louder and louder, and like you're starting, it goes from like just like a vague tinnitus to like a deafening ring and like a splitting headache that comes into your head as you bring up the whisper. And so you'll need to roll the day move against it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So what am I rolling with?
It'll be day move with composure. What are you afraid of happening here if you lose your nerve?
Um, that this teenager's just gonna blow me off and just call me a
Oh no, this is
weird.
about the
Oh, the
tinnitus, like the
tinnitus.
ringing. Yeah, like
Oh,
it's like the getting
s-
worse and worse and worse. It's tinnitus ringing.
I feel like it's gonna like I might actually go deaf for a little bit.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll with composure.
All right. Oh, much better. That's a 4 and a 5. So +1 is 10.
Okay, 10. How do you regain control of yourself?
I think Max actually having listened to a lot of music. I think this like he probably actually does have tinnitus because of how loud he listens to music. And so he does this like while standing there staring at this kid, he does this thing where he like plugs his nose and blows. His cheeks blow up, and then he like pops his ears and he like shakes his head a little bit and he goes, "Whew, okay, sorry about that."
That is, it gets a reaction on the teenager who like actually like look, eyes widen a bit and he goes, "What did you just do?"
Ringing in the ear from listening to too much music, real loud,
And that works.
all the time, man.
Damn. Were you activating your new ability, by the way, here, and considering this guy a social outcast and a
Oh yeah.
loser? Okay, cool. So once per session, you still get a clue, even though you got a miss. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Let me see my list of clues for the whisper. I'll see how I incorporate it into the scene. Let's see. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
I guess I like by doing that, I would kind of try and segue into be like, oh yeah, by the way, what kind of music do you listen to, man? Like, if you listen to really heavy metal and stuff, like if you go to shows, do that afterwards. It helps.
I'm gonna let the clue be what just happened to you. That like
Oh,
sudden and unpleasant like tinnitus and vertigo that came up when you like brought up the whisper. I'll let that be itself be the clue.
gotcha.
Um that comes from you that you get, because you got it on a failure anyway. So there's that. And he's like he's like listen to uh I don't know. I don't really like music.
Uh, what? I think like Max just kind of like fries for a second because he used to work at a record store and like that's the whole thing. Like point of working at one is you get to be around music. So he just kind of like stares at him and goes, "So you're just in it for the money, man?"
He just goes like, yeah.
Man, you're too young to be selling out.
And you like, he like the way that the shop is laid out is like there's a it's like this is like the counter, right, where he's behind. There's like the windows facing the street behind him, and you're looking over his shoulder now, something catching your eye across the street. Just in like, the space between two buildings here, you see someone who stands out of place. There is a man in immaculate, like old gray suit.
Hmm.
Like, and I'm talking like, Rod Serling, immaculate gray suit. But with like a bright mauve necktie. His dark hair is like parted and slicked, and he's smoking a cigarette. And he's making dead eye contact directly with you as he's just like smoking his cigarette.
Oh, um, hey man, actually, I guess sell out, whatever, man. Your selection here is mid. And I'll like walk out and like go over to this guy that's been staring at me.
You're like, you start exiting the door. As soon as you're like exiting the store and like before you're on the street, he's already like dropped the cigarette, is crushing under his boot, and is like turning to like walk into the alleyway. And so you quickly like cross the street going after him. All right. He turns, a corner. And so as you're quickly running across the street, you run down the alleyway, you turn the corner, and it just bends around to the around the back of the building towards the other side, but you don't see him unless he broke out into a dead sprint once you're on the corner. So like you take a moment, you look around, there is no sign of this guy.
I look up. There's no like fire escapes or nothing like that.
No.
Nothing. No. Are there any doors along this?
Mm. All
No.
of them don't look like they're accessible.
I guess I'll just kind of like turn, look around, and then head back out to the street.
Meanwhile, Dahlia and Sebastian, you guys are following you're following Sheriff Hanscom as he's driving out into the desert, kind of peeling outside of town. And though you can't hear the police, radio that's coming, that's probably like blaring in his car, you can tell that there's something happening, because there are a couple other like police cruisers, and like even like one like there's like a fire truck, that's been passing out here, going out here as well. And Sebastian, you realize exactly where everyone's driving. They're going to the water tower.
Oh boy, this takes me back.
And as you arrive, you can see that there's like a few like police cruisers in addition to Hanscoms. They're like parked at the base. There is a fire truck, yeah, that's pulled up as well. There's probably even an ambulance. There's, Darrell Rodenbecker's like truck is here as well. There's Samantha Harrington's car is here. Samantha and her friends. This is like drawing like a bit of like a fiasco, and you can see, and as we can see, just like looking up the length of the water tower, there is a single figure standing at the very top at the lip's edge, looking out from the water tower. It's Linnea.
Something tells me she's not here to throw beer cans in there.
Before we carry on, we've just arrived at a new location.
Yeah,
What is about to happen?
Linnea's gonna jump
Why is it about to happen?
because the ghost wants her to die, or rather, the ghost uh wants to reunite with Linnea. Needs to escape.
Okay, fucked. Fuck. Like, okay, Bastian, hear me out. We can fix this, but we have to move quick.
Do we have the game with us? What is it, the crying circle?
Fuck the game. It's not even, we're so beyond the game at this point. We just need to sever the connection between her and her real mother.
Okay. Cut the cord as you
Cut
will.
the cord.
Uh,
I pull out 2 candles from my bag. Exactly.
okay. What are you gonna do with those?
Cut the cord. Obviously. Do you have a bit of string or something?
Hang on a second. And he just pulls a thread out of his own shirt. Will this do?
Close enough. And I'll take it and wrap it around the 2 candles, like sort of crouch down on the ground and wrap it around the 2 candles and sketch like a circle around them. And I'm gonna mark candles for my.
What are you doing? You don't need to mark them until they're used for a roll.
Well, okay, so I want to use them for a roll because what I want to do is try to perform a cord cutting ritual to sever the tie between Linnea and her biological mother's ghost so she won't jump off the thing. This is
Mm.
real magic when you
Oh yeah.
light the 2 candles and burn it to where it burns the cord in 2.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's going to be the night move to do this unless you climb up on top of the water tower with her and do it closer by.
I will. I don't mind. I didn't want to climb up there and not have her like and just be like and you be like, okay, she sees you coming and she jumps.
No,
Like,
yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you. Yeah, I think the like you might realize that it's like, oh, the distance is like a thing, right?
I have the candles and the thread in my hand and I'm like looking up and I'm like, too far. I shove it in my bag and I like will like run over to the.
I do think it would be fair, and let me know if this changes your idea, because I'm thinking about now that if you're racing up the ladder to climb the water tower, that itself is a day move for climbing up the water tower, and then doing the thing might also be a day move, depending, because if you get a 12 plus on this day move, you might not need to roll a second day move once you get to the top of the tower, because that'll be the advantage is that you do it and then you get your fucking pieces laid out, right? But I think racing up a fucking water tower ladder is dangerous. So I probably would call for a day move to get up there that fast before she
That's
does
so
anything.
fair.
Mhm.
You said Daryl Rodenbecker's here, right?
Yeah, he's like, he's probably freaking the fuck out. So is Samantha. I think they're even like officer deputies who would like, you're trying to do anything. They're gonna be like, you can't be here, back up. But even like Sheriff Hanscom is like, waving them down and is like whispering towards you guys. He's like, you guys better have some good fucking plan.
I think I got it. It would really help if I could like ask her dad a question, but
He glances over at Daryl. He has a look on his face, so he's just like, I shouldn't let this happen, but fine. And he says, come with me. And he just begins to, like, he takes you by the arm, not like forcefully, just in that like official capacity.
yeah, no, I'm like
Um,
with it.
yeah, it like steers you through like the
I
crowd, like,
grab Bastian's hand and pull him
Yeah.
behind me.
And the second Daryl sees you, you can see that since the last time you saw him, he's gotten a filler done in his tooth now. So there's no longer a whistle, and he's like, and he like looks at you guys with like fucking like just like fury, um, and he just like points and begins like to stomp over. But even like Hanscom was like ready out like with a hand to be
As soon
placating.
as he gets within distance, I not in front of Hanscom, but
Mhm.
right beside him, will get up and like stare directly into Rodenberger's face and go, "Who is RM? If you don't want your daughter to jump off that tower, I need to know right now."
Ah, that's really good, man. I think that's the day move right now. What are you afraid of
That's-
happening here?
Uh, I don't know. I'm a little afraid of this man. He's a little psychotic. I guess I'm kind of afraid he might like punch me out or just go off the rails.
Okay, it makes sense. You're gonna do this with your presence. Um, yeah, it's gonna be with presence.
Okay, a +0. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. 7.
7. Okay. You do it, but here is how this will leave you vulnerable. Um, you're gonna cut to the quick, uh, but he's gonna want to go up with you, and he won't take no for an answer. He wants to be with his daughter. He wants to go up with to be with his daughter.
Fine. Like, I really
Yeah,
don't care.
cool.
I'm trying to save her
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
but
yeah,
stay
great.
out of my way. Who is RM?
So you say this, he pales immediately. Like all of that, like the fire of his like anger to throw out at you, just extinguished, right? And he looks like almost like like imploringly over at like Sheriff Hanscom for a moment, like a man just like desperately splashing in the water. And Sheriff Hanscom has this look of like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man. Like he just like nods towards you, just being like, fucking, I don't know. And Daryl like lowers his voice. You actually see there's probably like a local news van that's pulling up as well. Like this is becoming a thing. And Daryl like is like he's rolling up the sleeves of his shirt. He's like he keeps his like cowboy hat like a little bit like low, like not just for the sun, but just like it's like protecting him from the world. And he says, I, she, she was she worked for my father.
Listen, honestly, it's not my business what she was or what she did. I just need her name.
Rosalita
Rosalita.
Montoya.
Great, let's go.
Let's go. Where are you going?
I run off towards the water tower.
And then I think, yeah, just Daryl just begins running after you, and Hanscom is gonna be like, "Oh, now hold on," and he's like getting to his seat, and Daryl's just like fucking shoving past him, um, and you're just going up the ladder, and he starts following you, and the entire time he's just being like, "What are you doing? What are you gonna do? What's happening to my daughter?"
Your daughter is like totally maybe a little bit possessed, and it's definitely by your ex lover or whatever, her real mom. And I'm just gonna try to cut the cord, or else she's gonna make her jump off in order to rejoin her in the afterlife. I'm like, as I'm climbing.
You are just climbing. You're climbing fast and at his heels. But okay, I don't think I'll have you make the day move just to climb up the tower here. What's happening on the ground with you, Sebastian? She's going up. Daryl's
Yeah.
following after her. There's a fucking circus happening down here. What are you doing?
Okay, so this is a lot of magic stuff going on, which is out of Sebastian's wheelhouse. He's more of a tech kind of guy.
Hmm.
So he's going to let Dahlia take the wheel on that. In the meantime, you said that a news van had come
Yeah,
up.
like local news
I
probably pulling
There
up.
are a couple of people here who would rather this moment not be recorded, no matter how it turns out. So, while everyone is distracted by what's going on up there, Sebastian is going to sidle up to the van and pull some kind of a power source or whatever to sabotage the cameras so that whatever's going on is not broadcast to the
Like you
masses.
cut the fucking link to their like antenna or whatever. I don't know how fucking news vans works, but yeah, I love this. Yeah, like you're gonna like you start to like to sneak over, crouch low behind the van, and it's a real like Gale Weathers kind of like situation, like Courtney Cox looking woman and her cameraman. She's like getting out of the truck and she's like, I mean, this is a big deal, Rick. Come on. One of the golden children of the Rodenbecker family acting completely off the handles. Oh my God. Can you think about how well this is going to do on tonight's news? Oh my God. Step aside, weatherman. And they're having the whole conversation. And you're
Oh
gonna just
God,
like
I hate this bitch already.
you're just gonna like fucking like sneak in to like just fucking cut the power. Okay, great. It'll also be the day move from you with composure because you're being sneaky. What are you afraid of what are you afraid of going wrong here? What are you afraid of happening?
Hmm. Oh my God, I'm gonna regret saying this, but I'm afraid that I will be caught in the act because even
Yeah.
if I'm caught in the act, I will succeed. Like you just
Yeah.
gotta pull a plug or cut a wire. But if they see
You're afraid of
me,
getting caught. Yeah.
they will have a vendetta against me, and I'd rather not have the press against me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That probably makes sense. You may go ahead and roll with composure. Patience head is not here, so I don't think that's a factor.
Okay, please don't let me down. That is a 5 and a 4, plus 1 is 10.
Holy shit. Narrate what happens.
Okay, so she is just getting herself ready for the camera, talking to her photog, and he's getting set up. They're checking the mics and stuff. And meanwhile, Sebastian just walks around like he owns the place, because that's the key to being sneaky, to not actually act like you're doing something wrong. So he just walks up to the van, climbs in the back while they're looking at what's going on up there, because they got to get the right angle between her and the water tower. And he just goes in there and gets out some pliers that he has that he keeps in his car, and he just starts cutting wires, cutting cables, pulls plugs out, and for good measure, just hit the screen.
Love it. You're just fucking wrecking shop. Dahlia, you climb all the way to the top of the water tower. The wind's blowing. You can see like the desert stretching out below, and Linnea is at the other side of it. Her back is turned towards you. She is dangerously close to the edge of the tower, and just below it all, the media circus, the cops. The emergency responders, all beheld by the great painted eye on the side of the water tower. Um, and Daryl's climbing up behind you. What do you do?
My God, this is like totally high. Okay. And she'll like crouch down on her hands and knees and sort of like crawl towards the center of the tower.
I'm afraid that you describing it that way triggers the day move because face something you fear is part of that text, and so unfortunately, that you have just triggered the day move again. Um, what are you afraid of happening here if you lose your nerve?
I'm not really afraid of falling. I'm just afraid I won't be able to move forward
That makes sense.
and
Yeah,
finish the
yeah,
task.
yeah. You will may roll with composure.
Oh, yay. That's a +1.
Yeah,
It's a 7
a 7. Okay, here's what I'm
with
gonna
a
say.
6 + 1. It's a 7.
Okay. I know what your complication for this is gonna be. Um, is that you hold steady. You feel that sense of like vertigo, just kind of like in like the you're down on you get press yourself down to the top of the water tower. It's so high up, the wind's blowing by. Daryl's just like standing up, he's like looking down at you like what the fuck? He's like looking up at he's like Linnea, honey, and is like taking like a tentative step towards her, kind of ignoring you. And Linnea stops and turns slowly around, uh, to look at the both of you. Her features are not at all catatonic like you have seen her for these past few days. Rather, her face is a mask of anguish. And when she sees Daryl, that anguish becomes one of the eyes begin to burn hot with like rage, like an anger, but there's still that, you can see just like the grime and dirt from the desert. There are tear tracks carving through that just come all the way down her face. Days old makeup further defining it. Her hair is just fucking done up all, it's basically all come undone from the ponytail. Her pink cardigan has so much dirt on it at this point. Um and she just slowly opens her mouth and unleashes the most harrowing, mournful wail you have ever heard, Dahlia. You take the condition unbearable sadness.
Not the depression.
You feel it hitting you. Daryl drops to his knees from the weight of it, stunned. And Linnea, once the sound escapes her, her jaw slowly closes and she gets this like vacant, faraway stare for a moment. And then she turns and hovers the first foot out over the edge like the fool of the major arcana. What do you do?
She's just hovering or she's about to step? Like, do I have time
She's
to?
she's like she's hovering. She's not quite going. So, but it's, the stakes are dire.
Okay, well, fuck. I'm close enough. I'm gonna get out my candles and my thread and try to. I'll. I don't have time to carve anything, so I'll take like a Sharpie and write Rita, like Rosita's name on the one candle and Linnea's on the other, and sort of like stick them to the water tower
Hmm.
and light tie the thread really high up. Like
Hmm.
normally you would do it more towards the bottom, but
Hmm.
I'm like, we really don't have time for this. Like
This
tie
will
it like at the
be
very top.
this will be your final day move of this slate that we have triggered for you. It'll be with your sensitivity. You can mark your candles for advantage, but you do have disadvantage from the unbearable sadness, so it'll be a flat roll, plus your sensitivity.
Okay, last one.
We're in Dahlia's depression arc right now.
Question arc is crazy.
Well, obviously, I think I know what you're afraid of happening here. What did you roll?
Oh
Pretty
no.
bad, snake eye.
Oh shit.
As you begin, your fingers slick with sweat from both the stress and the heat. One of the candles falls from your grasp, rolls off the side of the water tower, plummeting. You don't have time to catch it. As you begin procuring another candle, it's too late. Linnea leans forward and drops, and the air goes horrifically still. You don't see her land. You don't hear the thud. You know it comes, but you do hear the gasps even from up here, the people below. Sebastian watches Linnea plummet all the way down, impact against the earth, blood beginning to pool out from her, and the last sound she makes is a wheezing exhalation of air halfway between a choked, mournful cry and the relieved, blessed release.
Well, obviously no.
You're turning a key.
Tragedy. I will mark the wandering monolith. It's fine.
Okay. We hear the click as the image goes still. Another click as with the footage rewinds. We see the blood return to Linnea and she is lifted up off the ground, returns alighted atop the water tower, foot hovering out. You have your hands on both candles, and we resume play. On a 7 to 9, you do it, but here's how you're going to be vulnerable if you do this. You're merely untethering Linnea from the ghost. You're not helping the spirit find total
Yeah.
peace. The spirit is loosened and is probably going to the nearest vessel it can, which is you. Um, and you will have to contend with the ghost further to actually get it to see peace.
Well,
The separation ritual is not enough.
honestly, it feels iconic and fair considering I just killed my mom off earlier. So
It really does.
fair enough.
You snip, you cut the cord, Linnea staggers, blinks, looks down, goes ash pale, and screams, throws herself back up against the water tower, panicking, hyperventilating. The moment of triumph, though, is slightly brief. You can already hear like Daryl, like, scampering across the water tower's metal surface to go grab his daughter, to hold her when your breath comes out in front of you in a fog. And you feel that weight of that sentence that set heavy on your breast as something presses up against you, and you know that you are not alone. I need you to take the condition unwelcome passenger, and we'll cut away. Everett, in all your time helping, oh, is it Verdell? Is that his name?
Mhm.
Yeah, in
Think
all
so.
your time helping Verdell, what are you doing? You guys passing the time, just helping him clean up.
I'm really trying to talk to him to get more info out of this. Just
Mhm.
like nothing was weird about Kyle. Like you didn't see any
Nothing.
sign.
Yeah, nothing at all. Like I said, you know, both of us been here since high school, and dude, well, I guess apparently he can hurt a fly, or rather, burn them down. But he's always been a bit of like a, like the stoner kind of weird.
Nothing wrong with that. Um, hmm, so weird. It's so strange being in a place that was the same not that long ago. It doesn't. I don't know. It's just weird, I guess.
Yeah, you're telling me. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
And then I guess also I'm gonna try and look through the rubble, see if I can find anything.
hmm Yeah, the conversation doesn't seem like it's going anywhere in particular, but you can certainly begin to search the rubble. I like that idea a lot. You can do the for the meddling move with reason as you scour the rubble.
+0. I don't think my items will help here. Okay, 2 5s, a 10.
Hey, you get a clue. Hell
And
yeah.
I'll go ahead and turn a key.
And
Give
find
me
an
a tape.
Odyssey tape.
Give me that tape.
At last. Everything's coming up Odyssey. Let's see here. Let me take a look at my clue list. I'll take a look at my oh my God, I have so many tape options.
I'll go ahead and mark the key of desolations or the next key of desolation as well.
Which one is that? Is that
Wandering
also?
monolith.
Oh my God. All but one of you can now actively seek out the big man for clues. Let's see here. Mmm. I have so many good options here. Okay. I I got it. No, I don't. I have so many good
Hmm.
options. Okay. I'll keep it simple. You catch the glint of something metallic amidst the black soot and the wreckage. You kneel down to pry it free. Verdell's not looking at this point. He's, concerned elsewhere. And you pull out it's a police badge. Degoya County officer's badge. Um, but aside from the soot, that's not the only thing tarnishing it. There's some sort of black ichor that's coating it. Viscous, slimy, with a faint smell to it. But the nameplate of whoever this officer, who this badge belongs to, has been scratched out. That's the clue. And you'll also find an Odyssey tape. And it's actually, ooh, I know I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna hate it. Um, you're standing in the rubble, you're looking at this, and you hear like a mechanical clicking, like a it's just like weird sounds like it's like a click click click. It sounds familiar, but like also can't quite place it. You're like looking around and you shift some rubble aside and there's a uh VCR player that's been badly damaged. It looks like it may have like been belonged behind the counter like maybe like for security tapes and whatever. And it's like click 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 and that sound. That is the sound of a tape trying to eject, but it's not coming out. What do you do?
Once again, I'm gonna hit the eject button, see if it helps.
And this time it does. So you click the eject button, there's a little stuttering grind, and a moment later, a tape pops out. Not in a purple clamshell, but the tape is unmistakably an Odyssey tape. You just know. And the tape in that same handwriting, that same exact handwriting that all the other two tapes have been marked up in, is written, Officer Barker teaches you a lesson.
Hmm. I think I hate that.
I think it's the day move. What are you afraid of happening here for for losing your nerve? That sounds like it's pretty scary.
Um, there's a bunch of debris, a bunch of glass around. I'm afraid that I'm gonna like stumble back and like injure myself.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just give me a composure roll with disadvantage from the empty VCR.
No, that tracks. The VCR is now empty. Oh, bad. It's a it's Snake Eyes.
Ooh, Snake Eyes. Unfortunate.
Snake Eyes is crazy.
Um, oh, I know what to do. Hold on.
What if he didn't? Hmm?
Behind you, in like the shadow of the Darkover Rebel, out of focus, as you're looking at this tape, we see the shape of a man, but with the head of a Saint Bernard. Just out of focus in the background. And I'm going to use my reaction, my special reaction here for mind control. And because the Officer Barker entity can influence minds. Um, and I get a point of hold here. This is how this works. I can spend this point at any time to suggest a course of action to you that Officer Barker wants you to take. If you do what Officer Barker wants, you get to mark experience. If you resist, I get to keep the point. So that is just now a thing that I have.
I hate that, but I kind of love it, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
just
Okay, you're
stick
gonna
with
let it
it.
ride?
Yeah.
Cool. But other than that, like you probably have like this like really unsettling feeling and you're just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You probably like even like just like drop the fucking broom and all that and just like quickly like stash the tape and are like running out and Verdell's like, hey, what the hell? Where you going? But you're just already
Out.
like, hop in your car, you're getting out of there. You're getting the fuck out of there. And I think let's wrap the day phase there. Let's go into the dusk. We have a lot of things happening at the moment. Will we be watching this new Odyssey tape, or will we be having a longer normal night phase to resolve various things with a bit more breathing room.
I think we can hold off on the tape. Uh, have a little more breathing room for other stuff. What do people think?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Are there any questions to attempt? I don't believe you have enough clues actually, and you can actually technically answer the Officer Barker question. You can technically answer the Whisper question. But do you want to hold off on doing that, or save it
Yeah,
for
I
later?
think we should definitely hold off on the whisper for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, complexity two for the Officer Barker one. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to hold off?
Mm,
You want to hold off?
yeah, I think we should
Let
get a
it
couple more.
let it live a bit longer. Yeah, that's totally
Yeah.
fair. Get a couple more clues. I love it. Okay. Then in that case, it'll be a normal night phase, in which case it'll be longer. So we're gonna get into that night phase next time. So we'll start that night phase next time so we can really get like a full breadth of action because I don't think I can do it in just like an hour. Um, but we are owed a key prompt if Malachi you feel like you want to give that. Yeah, you're muted at the moment. Malachi, you're muted.
Okay, yeah, I think I've got something pretty good scraped together. Um, Key of Sadness. This was about 2002, age 19. I'll never forget the day of Dad's funeral. It was one of the few overcast days I ever saw in Degoya County. There weren't many people there. A few folks from his job, his estranged brother, and of course, the family he'd built, which had crumbled apart on his watch. I don't remember much about what the priest said. All I remember was looking around at the ashen faces surrounding me and the endless desert. I wondered if that was what the afterlife looked like, a journey over sun-scorched earth, reaching endlessly toward the promise of sweet, sacred water. It was when Mom broke down that something finally broke in me. I'd seen her and Dad both in their weak and worst moments, but this was something else. Like the earth was crumbling away beneath her, the way it had beneath him, and she was being swallowed into a different kind of death. In that moment, I knew I would have to carry more than I ever had before, enough for the both of us. Not long afterwards, I went back to see him alone. I didn't say anything. I just left him a little token of remembrance, a can of beer, the weapon of his own death.
Very good. And I think before we go to stars and wishes, a scene of the deep desert at twilight as the sun sets over the mountains and the sky dims and the desert things begin to sing. We see the TV on the cart out there, flickers to life again, and on the screen, we see the big man. We see him as Max most recently saw him. There's something somewhat wrong about him. The eyes, they flicker and his teeth are slimy. But he still smokes one hand with a slight tremor. Doesn't look like he's aware that the footage is on him, that the TV is on. He looks miles away. Then he looks at the camera. His flickering eyes hold behind them some ancient, unknowable thing, sadness, perhaps fear. I'm afraid the seams that hold our reality together are fitting near to burst, and many mild horrors will spill forth from those tears in the cosmic fabric. But there are opportunities as well. TV Odyssey will be closer than ever, or at least the doorway. First the dangers, then the doorway. Do you get my meaning? I don't suppose you do yet. There was a time when I was afraid of where I would end up. Of course, it is here. Of all places, it had to be here. The deep desert is calling to me. The ancient places are being trod upon once more. The old things, the old hungers in the earth are shaking off their slumber. I must go to them. I must go to them. He looks at the camera. He stands up and walks off frame. Let's go to Stars and Wishes.
You mine? Yeah. Alex, great job as always. The whole I don't really like music from the kid working the counter was so funny, really killed me. Just the whole like setup for this resolution for Slumber Party Summoning Circle with her at the top of the water tower is super exciting. And then I liked where you skyped her with like a foot out, like the fool. Um, Malachi, I liked your masks, both or your keys. Movies with the personal trainer really killed me. And then your little break in of the news van where you just smash the screen for a good, just for good measure. Um, Kyle, I like the line "Addiction gripped my father like a python" was really fun. And then the whole King Crimson being played in the nostalgic move, and then bringing it up in your key. Uh, and Tamara, the Truth or Dare bit was really fun. I love that. And then in your key, the stars couldn't see her in the basement. I was like, oh, so sad. Wishes, excited to see Slumber Party get finished up. Um, and excited to watch this Odyssey tape eventually. That'd be me.
Yeah, I'll go next. Malachi, I loved your keys. They were both very good. I really the cheating mom was and the depressed dad getting gripped by alcoholism was unfortunately very real and sad. I loved it. Tamara, also loved your key, the tragic murder of your mother by an addict, and yes, again the line "the stars in the basement." Loved that. Um, also loved your just whole bit, your throughout all of our sessions with the slumber party with Linnea. You've been a real ride or die friend, and I think that really pulls through for your character, Dahlia. She seems like a really great friend. Um, I think you're role playing that well. Uh, for and Everett, I also loved your Yorkie. Your fucking dying grandmother was uh, horrible, horrific, and but also very scary and true. Is like if you do live to be that long, this will be you. I guess that is a way to make you a bit stronger and go numb to it, and it is sad. Also love the fact that you just went to a convenience store, help cleaning up a little bit, and just fishing around for information. Like it's nice to see that Everett's willing to get his hands dirty. And also, shout out for turning a key to get us a tape. Much love, appreciate, and excited for the next Odyssey tape. Yeah, and that's my wish is I want to see what that Odyssey tape be doing. And I'm also excited for uh, just more playing. I love this game. It's so much fun. Uh, that's me. Oh wait, no, and Alex. Sorry, can't forget you. I loved your the key turn with Linnea. Your whole scene with Linnea falling over and her hitting the ground, and then the rewind. I absolutely love that. And also the final bit with the monologue with the big man. I love your depiction of the big man. He's great. And that's all.
Okay. My stars. First off, everyone's keys were fantastic. Um, Next, our solution to the slumber party. Tamara, that was a brilliant idea, and it just everything fit together so well. Next was the fun moment in the beginning of the session with our water hose fight and the game of Truth or Dare. That was a lot of fun. Let me see. Eric, when you got to the convenience store and said more like an inconvenience store, right? That was too perfect. Um, Alex, your character, the record store teen, I liked his voice. He was great. Um, Tamara, your solution with the magic candles, you said that was based on real magic. That's a great touch. Then of course,
Shortcutting.
Linnea's death, followed by the rewind. That's a great storytelling technique. Just rewinding the tape so we can do it different. This one was really personal for me, Alex. The clicking of the VHS tape that's stuck in the VCR as it's trying to eject, that conjured up a lot of memories for me. So that's my stars, wishes. Really want to see what's on this Odyssey tape. Really looking forward to sending Sebastian in to investigate some of these other things and seeing what the next mystery is that takes the place of the summoning circle. I seem to recall one of our NPC characters from last session wandering across the road with a creepy grin on her face. And then there's also the pig-faced mascot guy. Keeps showing up out of nowhere. He creeps me the hell out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more of the stuff that Degoya County has to show us. This place is so messed up. Why does anyone live here?
Um, a lot of mine have been said, so I'll be quick. Eric having Max change your tire while we all watched. Peak. Loved it. 5 stars. Max changing a tire while we all watched. Peak. Love it. 5 stars. Um, I also had a note for inconvenience store. I was like, that's crazy. This man's livelihood is burned to the ground and you're making tons. Um, Once again, how good a friend Everett is. Like, I was making a joke about the Max like changing the tire thing, but like bringing us all out there and like having a moment together, like you really are kind of like the glue in our like little weird odd friendship. And
Would you say
not
thank
only
you for
that, but
being a
just like,
friend?
yeah, exactly. Thanks for being a friend. Um, let's see. Kyle, I love parental past trauma. I'm glad that we both went there. Um, that I also had a note for the Crimson callback line. Malachi, the way I'm locked into your backstory is crazy. I'm so desperate to know more. Uh, what is this line? I think you had a line that was like first. Oh, when you were talking about like what he used to throw. Sorry, I can't read my own notes. When you were talking about how he like used to throw words into like the progression into like to making it a physical object, beer cans. That was a really beautiful, poetic bit. Really obsessed with Bastian's like ride or die attitude here at the water tower. Like, thanks for just coming along. Alex. Oh, it was just really cracking me up how you were like this is your game, and in the very beginning you're like, what the fuck is happening? The airbrush t-shirt really sent me. That is such a peak nostalgia. Ugh, I remember when they used to be in the Walmart and in the kiosk and the malls. Like we got them from my grandparents. I don't it was so good. The Shaggy from Scooby Doo line really fucking got me. And yeah, the video at the end with the big man was really great. Wishes. I don't know. I feel good about what I feel good about solving Slumber Party, and now I'm just here to help everything else. I'm excited to work on Whisper, I think, and just to get to like kind of interact with the team more and watch more Odyssey tapes. I like this game, and I like our little weird Scooby Doo group. I just want to keep seeing it interact more. That's all.
Is it just me now? Oh my God. Crazy. God, time flies. This game was great. I know that it's like it feels like we haven't played in forever. Really, we were just off for a week, but I know we had like a slightly shorter session today. But like, man, it felt everything felt so perfectly into place. Loved the theory. So started Tamara for like kicking us off with that like idea about the ex-lover, and then it really just kind of like ballooned out from there. It became really, really cool. Um, I really liked how that played out. There was like I thought I had, and I know because we didn't record that campaign necessarily, but like uh I think it was around also like the fifth session mark with our previous round of the between when I was like when I felt like as the keeper, oh, we're kind of like hitting the stride with like these characters and as a group. And though we've been gaming for, well over like a year now, a year and a half and some change, as a group. And so we're great as players. I feel like this is the session where I was like, everybody's firing on off. I feel like everybody's like comfortable. I'm like, we're okay, cool. Now we're in the momentum. This is great. Like everyone's doing a thing. So like I think the real like turning point is like when you have these like nostalgic scenes go from just like people talking to like, oh, I spray with the hose and I run around and I'm not being chased, and like having like, there's like life in these scenes. These characters really speak out, and it was really good. So I really enjoyed that scene. I'm very, very excited by everyone's interactions today. Loved Sebastian sneaking off to fucking sabotage the news crew. For that was great. I didn't expect that, but I'm really happy it happened. Yeah, I am very excited to see what happens with Dahlia and now kind of having a ghost passenger to like deal with that because now you need to deal with that before you can resolve Slumber Party. Because this ghost sinking its claws in you doesn't want you to let go. It might do something bad. Who can say? Probably gonna resolve it here in the night. Yeah, Everett getting this Odyssey tape I'm excited about, but like now that like you're beginning to get the like edge of something happening with this Officer Barker figure. I was wondering who was going to be like the first like target, the first character that would like touch on that, and the fact that it's Everett, I'm excited about. Um, I also love the grandmother detail for that fucking heartbreaking. I love the like the personal horror of like, oh, my parent is like an inconsolable mess and I am left to deal with this. That's great. That's what the game's about, baby. Yeah, this was so much fun. I had a blast. I am so excited to 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 keep playing with you guys as always. And this is third Odyssey tape collected, and you might start getting more. And kind of hope you guys do get a bunch more because then you'll have the choice of like which ones do we watch? We got multiple that we could watch. Which one are we gonna do? And see what other bad things happen because you're watching these tapes. Because again, as I mentioned, like I think at the start off recording, like the fact that you can only get the tapes on the 12 plus means that you can't progress the campaign to its conclusion unless you watch a certain number of Odyssey tapes. What that means is you do have, in that case, like as we're seeing, like you get to experience a lot of Degoya County's weirdness without resolution to the Odyssey, mystery necessarily. Unless, of course, you start getting Odyssey clues from answering the questions with 12 pluses. In which case, you don't have to watch a fucking Odyssey tape to like to get to finish the campaign because you can just get all the Odyssey clues that way. But like the fact that you guys are really exploring Degoya County and it's wearing you guys down, it's leaving you more vulnerable for the end game. It's tantalizing. It's so exciting. The horrors to come. Anyway, I could rant, I could rave because this is always a delightful group and always a delightful game, and I just love being here with y'all. Sweet. Any other stars or wishes?
Oh, a wish to finish defining my custom move. Need to do
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm very interested to hear what that's going to be. I guess we'll find out next time.
Yes. Is it Tuesday yet?
Hell, is it Tuesday yet? Thank you.